Hi guys. So just to introduce myself briefly, my name is Raheemat Rafiu. I am currently a PhD chemistry candidate at Missouri S&T, and today I'm gonna be talking about money. So my plan for 2021 was to be where the money resides. Yeah, I've been broke. I'm still broken, but I just want to tell you that, the first time, okay, let's talk about this first. The first time you received your offer letter for grad school, you were like, I'm gonna be paid this much. And then you multiply that by the currency in whatever country you are. So, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm rich. Finally, I'm rich. And then you come here expecting to be balling, and life happens. You realize that, that the line between you and being broke is very tiny. So today I'm going to be talking about the art of brokenness. Grad school, brokenness, money. So first, I just will be explaining the things that take away your money in grad school if you are immigrating to the country. So these are the things that will take your money. Guess what? Number one is rent. It will shock you. First is rent. Rent is expensive in America. If I wasn't paying rent by now, I would have had a duplex in Africa. By now I'll be a rich auntie. But it's not like that. Rent, yeah. So depending on where you are in America, rent will show you pepe. So my own rent relatively is not expensive, but at the same time it's taking about 30% of my income. Like 30% of my income. Some people, I don't know, I think for some people it's actually worse. So how do you plan your whole living expenses so that it doesn't kill you? Yes, you want to live in a comfortable place, but at the same time, nobody wants to work for the purpose of paying bills. You need some money in your account. So it depends on how you want to live. For me, living alone was very important to me, and I'm glad that because of the geography of where I am, I stay in a very small, tiny town in Missouri, United States of America. So I am not talking about the people who are living in cities. I know that situations will be different, but for me, I'm glad that I was able to afford staying alone, because otherwise, sometimes if in some other places, in some other states, what I earn, if I want to stay alone, I'll be spending 50-60% of my income, because staying alone is regarded as quote unquote luxury, so the houses are expensive. But for most people, you would probably have a roommate, and that doesn't mean it's automatically cheaper at the same time. So if you decide to have a roommate, you guys will share utilities like the electric bill, the internet bill. Those are going to be shared by you guys, right? And the rent is going to be shared. So it might be easier, it might be cheaper, depending on where you had to, stay with somebody. For me, I really want to stay alone because I have a lot of things going on in my life. One. Number two, I don't like talking too much. I don't like having to explain to somebody why my spoon is there, or why the plates are unwashed, or I don't like talking. I just want to do my thing the way I want to do it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm staying alone. So rent. Be careful and, just think about your living expenses. Do the calculations up front. An apartment might be, beautiful and nice and it's this and that. But if it's taking more than 50% of your income and at the end of the day, you struggle to even eat, what's the point? So you have to be realistic. Yes, you want to live somewhere very comfortable. You traveled all the way from wherever you are, to have a good experience, a good educational experience. You don't want to live in a bad apartment. So yes, you can live in a nice apartment and not, use all your money for rent. So if you have that taking, I think it's just like two calculations would help you actually. So you can calculate, if you stay alone, how much would that take out of your pocket? And when you're making that calculation, also remember that you're going to be bearing the cost of the utilities by yourself. If you are staying with somebody, how much would that be? What are your priorities? Do you like to gist with somebody? You like to have somebody to talk to, you like to share things. If that's your kind of person, then sharing an apartment might actually be a very good idea. And another thing, aside rent, I think the second thing people don't talk about, and this also differs depending on the school you are, school fees. Yes, you have a full scholarship, but some things are still gonna be paid for. So in my school, for instance, we have health insurance and some other bills, and that alone, it's a lot of money. So from whatever you're being paid, you still have to pay these expenses, right? And at the end of the day, now you have rent, which is like 30% of your income. And now you have this big sum of money. You cannot hold the school, right? No, you can't do that. So you have to pay this money. Those are like constant things that you cannot avoid, right? So depending on where you are, in some schools, you are given the option to go out and look for whatever health insurance you like. In some schools, the health insurance is actually compulsory, so you don't have any choice, like, going outside to look for anything like that. So you just have to pay it. And another thing that would also take your money, depending, is food. Because, you need money, but at the same time, you've got to eat. So depending on where you are again, depending... I'm genuinely laughing because, depending on where you are again, food can be a big problem. Where I stay, for instance, there is no African store. So that means that if I want to eat food, like my own local food, I have to cook it myself. And African foods are not particularly cheap in America. Like, don't even try converting. See, that conversion thing, just don't do it. Don't convert. Don't convert anything. Just don't. African foods are not like cheap. They're expensive, but I mean, you'll be happy. You feel like you're home. You feel like you have a life. So that is that. So because we don't have like an African grocery store, that means that whatever food we'll buy outside will probably be American food, right? So, and that can really become expensive because let's say an average meal or snack in America, let's say it's $10. If you want to eat that 3 times in a day, that's $30. Multiplied by 30, let's just assume that you want to go all out and eat out. That's $900. It'll probably be more than 50% of your income. I don't know. So it's not just feasible. Yes, a pizza once in a while is okay. You and the guys, you and the girls, whatever. It's fine. Maybe you can't cook. It's okay to buy food. But I'm just trying to tell you that if you keep swiping your card every time for eating out, sweetie, you're going to be broke. And I don't want you to be broke. Aside from food, well, gas is not particularly expensive. When I say gas, I mean the fuel that your car uses. So in Africa, I don't know, in Nigeria, we say petrol, but here it's just gas. So if you have a car, gas is the least thing you have to worry about. I mean, depending on your car, some people, rich people, they have like very, very nice cars and very, very like V6 engine, that kind of thing. I'm talking about the economy level kind of car. You get what I'm saying? So if it's that kind of car you are using and you're not really traveling that much, gas should be like the least of the thing. In a month, if I'm not going anywhere, I spend like $20, $30 on gas. Like, gas is not there. But the thing about buying a car is you have to get a car insurance, and that is where the problem starts. Car insurance can be expensive depending on the type of car you have, depending on how old you are, when you got your license and all of that. So health insurance, sometimes it can be up to $200. That is if you want, for instance, if you have an accident, they are just gonna pay for the car of the person you damaged. They are not gonna pay for your car, no matter how it's called. So I don't want to get into complexities, but that's the small plan. It's the plan that you just must have. And there is the premium one, where if anything happens or you get into an accident, they actually take care of the car of the person you bashed and your own car. So if you want to do the premium one, depending, it can range between $200 to $300. And again, your money is going. You see why you will be broke? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to be broke. But to be honest, what I've been mentioning, I kind of like the necessities. Like, it makes sense. Food, rent, car insurance. That makes sense. So let me tell you the biggest side of the problem. The biggest side of the problem. So many people don't know this. The biggest thing that will eat up all your money is credit card. Oh my God. If you think, oh my God, this is so cool, a card where I can, buy today, pay later, I'm just going to go all out. Honey, you're going to be broke. And it doesn't benefit me if you are broke. So let me tell you something. Credit cards are awesome because nobody really borrows money in America. Everybody is running on debt. As I'm broke. I'm the chief broke association of America. I don't have money. But let me tell you something. Not having money, being in debt, being rich, being wealthy, they are all different things. Credit cards can put you into trouble. And that's why I made a separate video. I'm going to link it up here. A separate video here or there, I'm not sure. But I made a separate video where I explained in the most basic terms I could find the basics of using a credit card. But I'm just going to tell you one tip. Yes, probably you were in Africa where we basically run a cash system and you hardly even use your debit card. This is a credit card, which means whether you have the money in your real bank account or not, you can buy whatever you want and cry later. But let me tell you something. Learn to stick to your debit card for some purchases. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not in vogue or you're in America, you have to use a credit card and you put yourself in trouble. Learn to make your budget within what you can afford in your debit card. The thing about debit card is once you buy something, you pay for it. That's it. You might not even remember. But credit card, it will haunt you to the end of the month. So I don't want to be repeating stuff I said in the last video. If you're interested in knowing how a credit card works in America, then I'm gonna link the video up there or maybe here. And then you can watch. If you have any questions, you can catch me on LinkedIn. I create content on LinkedIn too. You can DM me on LinkedIn if you have any questions regarding what I've been talking about. So now you have all of these expenses, which are necessary. Does that mean that you don't have anything to save? No. But what I would advise is if you are really interested in saving money, decide whatever you want to save before you go for your expense. See, expenses increase the longer you stay in school, the longer you stay in the country. For instance, when I just came, all my expenses, it was just rent, food, and my school fees. That was it. Now, there's car insurance, something. I didn't even talk about phone bills. Oh my God. There's just a lot of things that carry your money away, actually. But one of my tips is, if you want to save, if it's $100, $200, $300 you want to save from the beginning, just take the money out before you start paying your expenses because there's hardly any money left. What you're being paid is not so much for you to have a grand bank account. But let me tell you, you need an emergency savings. Emergency savings because you never know what happens. Things happen. People lose their funding. Anything can happen. You need to have a particular amount of money you set up probably every month, whatever works for you. Maybe I'll make another video about saving in a while, but you just need to have money saved. So I know I started with brokenness, being broke and all of that. So in this video, I just explained to you the things that will be carrying your money away. But I just wanted to let you know that you might think that you're being paid a lot, but the money is not actually much. If you do not have a plan, then budget. There is also a man I want to recommend to you. His name is Dave Ramsey. I listen to his videos. I listen to his podcast. I love his show so much. Dave Ramsey talks. You hear people talking about the debt they have, how they paid it, and all of that, and it basically teaches you the mistakes you shouldn't make. This show basically tells you these are the people that made the mistake. This is what they did. Like, don't take this route. It's dangerous. So, thank you so much for being here today. And then I'll see you in my next video. Please subscribe. Please. I don't want to cry. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.